Hi students, today we are starting our next chapter, that is our environment, and we are starting with ecosystem. All organisms such as plants, animals, microorganisms and human beings as well as the physical surroundings interact with each other and maintain a balance in nature. All the interacting organisms in an area together with the non-living constituent of the environment forms an ecosystem. Thus, an ecosystem consists of biotic component comprising living organism and abiotic components comprising physical factors like temperature, rainfall, wind, soil and minerals. There are two types of organisms who prepares food themselves are known as autotrophs. Organism depends on autotrophs for their food, feeding and shelter, known as heterotrophs. Heterotrophs are known as consumers also. They are of following types. Herbivorous depends on herbs, example rabbit. Omnivorous depends on herbs and animals, example human. Carnivorous depends on animals, example dog. Decomposers depends on dead and decaying matter, example bacteria and fungi. Now food chains and webs. The series of organisms taking part at various biotic levels form a food chain. Each step or level of the food chain forms a trophic level. The autotrophs or the producers are the first trophic level. They fix up the solar energy and make it available for heterotrophs or the consumers. The herbivores or the primary consumers come at the second. Small carnivores or secondary consumers at the third level, and large carnivores or the tertiary consumers form the fourth trophic level. Thus, the interaction among various components of the environment involves flow of energy from one component of the system to another. The autotrophs capture the energy present in sunlight and convert it into chemical energy. The energy goes to the heterotrophs and decomposers. When one form of energy is changed to another, some energy is lost to the environment in forms which cannot be used again. The green plants in a terrestrial ecosystem capture about 1% of energy of sunlight that falls on the leaves and convert it into food energy. When green plants are eaten by primary consumers, a great deal of energy is lost as heat to the environment. Some amount goes into digestion and in doing work, and the rest goes towards growth and reproduction. An average of 10% of food eaten is turned into its own body and made available for the next level of consumers. Therefore, 10% can be taken as the average value for the amount of organic matter that is present at each step and reaches the next level of consumers. Now we will see forest food chain. This is primary consumer, sun, producer, food is prepared, primary consumer, herbivorous, secondary consumer, omnivores, tertiary consumer, carnivore, and again tertiary consumer, carnivore. And they all are eaten up by the decomposers. Now they are decomposed by the decomposers and again it mixes in the soil, which is consumed by the producers. Now we are talking about the grassland food chain. You can see this is the solar energy, this is grassland. Photosynthesis, producers, plant, grass eating animals, consumer, carbon dioxide is released into the atmosphere, meat eating animals, carbon dioxide is released into the atmosphere. Decomposers releasing the carbon dioxide, vehicles releasing the carbon dioxide. This is grassland food chain. Now you can see this is a pond food chain. You can see this is the pond area, pond weed. Weed means unwanted plants which stops the growth of the main plant. This is shrimp. It is eaten up by frog. Frog is eaten up by the fish. This is pond food chain. Now food web. Combination of many food chains is known as food web. Now food web, you can see this is forest food web. This sun, plants, grass, seeds. Now here we will start from here. Fox, weasel, it eats mouse, it eats grass. Then squirrel eats plant, fox eats squirrel, squirrel eats seeds, mouse eats seeds. So this all is food web. Now here we can see 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 2 food chains are there. Now we will start grassland food web. You can see again here it is one food chain. You can see these all animals, how they are depend on each other. Here one food chain, second food chain, third food chain, fourth food chain. Total 4 food chains are there. So it is comprising grassland food web. Now pond food web, again we will see, you can see waterweed, alga. Now here you can see producers, these are producers, this is the level of the first consumer, these all are first consumers, prawn, carp, fly and slug. Second consumer, slug or snail. Second consumer, turtle, dragonfly, trout, this is second consumers. And third consumers, now this is fourth consumer, that is kingfisher, frog and snake, this is fourth consumer. So here 1, 2, 3, again 3 food chains are there. So it is comprising pond food chain, food web. Now trophic level. Trophic level is the group of organisms within an ecosystem which occupy the same level in a food chain. Trophic levels. Now you can see producers, primary consumers, secondary consumers, tertiary consumers. Since so little energy is available for the next level of consumers, food chains generally consist of only 3 to 4 steps. The loss of energy at each step is so great that very little usable energy remains after 4 trophic levels. There are generally a greater number of individuals at the lower trophic levels of the ecosystem. The greatest number is of producers. The length and complexity of food chain varies greatly. Each organism is generally eaten by 2 or more other kinds of organisms, which in turn are eaten by several other organisms. So instead of a straight line food chain, the relationships can be shown as a series of branching lines known as food web. The flow of energy is unidirectional. The energy that is captured by the autotrophs does not revert back to the solar input, and the energy which passes to the herbivorous does not come back to the autotrophs. Now ozone layer and its depletion. Ozone O3 is the molecule formed by the 3 forms of oxygen, while O2 normally is referred as oxygen in the aerobic form of life. Ozone is deadly poison. However, at the higher level of atmosphere, ozone performs an essential function. It shields the surface of the earth from UV radiation from the sun. This radiation is highly damaging the organisms. For example, it is known to cause skin cancer in the human beings. Ozone at the higher level of atmosphere is a product of UV radiation acting on oxygen molecule. The higher energy UV radiation is split apart from molecular oxygen into free oxygen atoms. These atoms then combine with molecular oxygen to form ozone. The amount of ozone in the atmosphere began to drop sharply in the 1980s. This decrease has been linked to the synthetic chemicals like chlorofluorocarbons, which are used as refrigerants and in fire extinguisher. In 1987, the United Nations Environment Programme, that is UNEP, succeeded in forging an agreement to free CFC. Now you can see this is the ozone depletion, how it is there. UV rays depleted and ozone layer depletion, how it there. Today, whatever I have taught you, I am sending you its PDF. Thank you.